trying to hop a train out of St. Louis to get to Kansas City, and we're going the wrong way. We'll find out soon enough where this train's going, but it's not looking very good right now.
We're backing up.
Yeah, backing up really fast. Yeah, we've got a bike about 6-7 miles back to the hop out across the river. I very much don't want to be in East St. Louis. Anything bad I've heard about St. Louis is about here. Supposedly murder capital of the US, but no one's even around. You know, there's like these YouTube videos of people driving through like, oh, this is the worst neighborhood, yada yada. At least people are outside in those neighborhoods. What scares me about being here is no one's outside. The faster we're out of here, the happier I am. I don't feel scared in St. Louis, but I do feel a little on edge here. We have pepper spray, we have a knife, but that's not going to be much help if people have heavy artillery. And it's very good to have a bike for these moments where you do get stranded. Here's the thing about the hood is day after day people have to live here. And most of them survive, I think.
Most of my experience is that if you are like kind and friendly to people, they're not gonna like fuck with you.
You get what you give in this life. Well, we're in East St. Louis on a Saturday night, close to midnight, and this is what it looks like. I figured I'd document against my better judgment because most people don't get to see this part of the world. Anyway, we're still hoping to catch a train to Kansas City. Long ride back, but at least we have each other's company. I said I've ridden over 100 trains in my life, and usually the way to ride a train is pretty simple. You look what end the locomotive is coming from, and usually that means that you're going to continue the way the locomotive is going. But last night we backed up for 2 miles in the opposite direction into the yard, which is unusual. So I had to reposition, get on this train. Not the best ride, especially compared to last night, but we'll make it work. Sided out, probably waiting for another train. We're somewhere between St. Louis and Kansas City in central Missouri, but this might as well be the middle of nowhere for all I know. I actually don't mind being in the middle of nowhere, to be honest with you. There's something kind of charming about it, getting lost, not really knowing where you are. Even these Midwestern spots where it seems like not much is going on but fields. It has a charm to it that I think I appreciate the novelty of because it's so different from my day-to-day reality. My goal for this trip is to ride freight through all of the states that I haven't ridden through yet. I've ridden through 45 states so far, and I still have to ride through Oklahoma, Kentucky, Kansas, and South Dakota in order to have ridden through every U.S. state besides Hawaii, which their freight got destroyed after tsunami post-World War II. So that's no longer a thing. By the end of this trip, I'll have definitely been to all the states, and I'll have ridden through all of them as well. Are we getting too old for this?
No.
No.
However, you reach a certain age, and then you need to get a good sleeping pad.
I feel that. Also, this thing I'm sitting on is fucked. There's a huge bump. This car is so screwed up. It looks so banged and welded terribly. What motivates you to keep riding at this point?
I mean, I feel like it is in some way kind of an addiction. Like the adrenaline rush that you get, all the mental and physical exertion of figuring train stuff out and like getting on, like, you know, figuring out a new yard and getting on or whatever.
There's not a point where you're like, I'm tired, fuck this, fuck trains.
There is, but then I get on it and I'm riding and I'm like, this is so beautiful. I'm just looking at the view and like relaxing and then taking train naps and then listening to music, being in my feels. Like,
I think there's also something to just being out in nowhere for 3 days with nothing but your thoughts that kind of helps you figure out certain things that you're working through.
I think it's extra potent on a train. Like, it's almost like simulating the experience of having your life flash before your eyes, because you're like, the scenery is changing, your thoughts are like
existential.
Yeah, like, I don't know, and I think that does something. I really feel immediately like, oh wow, I'm processing shit that I had not processed all that time.
The train managed to back up into this blackberry bush. So now I can just pick blackberries off the side of the road. Okay, hit the jackpot here, but I gotta pick them quick before this train gets moving. Another train come and gone. No good rides. You said it's like the busiest line in the country, right?
Yeah.
What? I think you said 20 trains a day?
I believe the Transcon in each direction has like between 20 and 30 a day.
That's insane.
I think it's like at least one.
Yeah, that's like one every hour. I thought it was like 4 to 6.
It's a lot.
So we're gonna get on a train, pretty guaranteed.
Yeah, like this, I mean, it's always good to look, but I wasn't too pressed about this because I know there's going to be mad other ones.
Right.
We're going to have rides right in front of us probably.
Right. Unlike other trains we've had to catch that are like once a day.
Right.
Yeah, my guess is that this is going to LA with all the like Chinese port stuff that's on here.
Yeah. Also why it probably is like, I mean, this is a hot line, like, you see how fast that shit can change?
Yeah, and it didn't stop for very long. Alright, this is definitely our train. I would say let's try to get a double stack.
Yeah.
I'll go up and check.
Okay.
There's a little brake equipment here too. Let's check the other end. This one looks good. Got it. Yeah. Hand it to me over here. Got it.
Okay.
Oh, get on. About to move. Wow, just made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things don't fuck around.
No.
Wow, that was like a 5-minute stop.
I know.
Okay, let's get hidden, get comfortable, and get going. There it goes. Hearing protection.
Yeah.
Much needed. Gloves, always recommended.
I know, you're smart for that.
Well, I wasn't for many years. This is Kansas, and the thing I'm shocked by is how the landscape is not pouring yet. So much traffic on this line between Chicago and Texas, maybe even into LA, I'm not sure, some of these cars. This is such a welcome difference from the Northeast, where I was just waiting days on end for a crappy gravel train. Now these are like high priority mail trains that just don't stop for much. Yeah, we've got to be highballing at like 70 miles an hour, and this thing is flying. People are acting like some of these plain states I'm supposed to hate, like Indiana and Iowa and Kansas. But honestly, what people fail to understand is I kind of enjoy being in the middle of nowhere. So none of this is like bad to me. There's definitely something pleasant about it. It's so the opposite of my day-to-day.
We're here and it's like a weird ghost town, Texas, like stray dog.
Stray dog.
Weird. I haven't seen any stray dogs. Last time I've been here, I saw so many stray dogs. But I saw them more like less, like further out of downtown.
Yeah. So we're in Amarillo, Texas. Got here in 10 hours on this train that gunned it, trying to find a place to sleep. Can't tell if these buildings are abandoned or not. Some of them just look like shit. So really hard to tell. This one looks like total squalor. So I might sleep here. My main concern is the fire ants. You know, maybe let's just sleep on the loading dock here. Yeah. And then if we have to get moved, whatever, we'll get moved.
If they want to get mad, they can get mad and we'll just fucking move.
Yeah. One way you can tell if a building is active or not is check the meter.
Oh, yes.
See if it's running.
It looks like it maybe.
But it looks trashed. Even if it is an active building. Yeah, it looks like the meter is still on. So I don't know. I don't know what they ship out here. I don't know what's going on. I feel so bad because I got bitten by fire ants. Oh, Jesus.
Dude.
Fire ants all over your shoe.
Why are they fiending for me?
I don't know, because you disturbed them. They're getting their revenge. Amarillo, Texas. To pronounce it right, you gotta pronounce it wrong.
This is unacceptable.
And there was that blue wasp. I think, yeah, once you heard there was the wasp, then you're like, oh, I'm scared. And then you just went right into the ants.
Accidentally stepped right into
Which
the
is
fire
like
ant.
worse, because I was reading like, oh yeah, that's a docile wasp.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the world's most aggressive ants are out here.
Yeah, like, I feel like they're coming for me now.
And then there's this thing, which looked like a big final boss of ants. It's actually a blue wasp.
Apparently, you said they're docile?
Yeah, but I still don't want to take my chances with a wasp. Yeah, dirty face in the rain is never a good idea, but this was the best ride that we could get, and it should be clearing up in a second as we go through Iowa. Also, I'm brushing my teeth with seltzer. The soda machine in the gas station that I got this water from only gave seltzer water for some reason. And so when I filled this up and opened the top, the cap just popped. Yeah, and there's my other bottle. I still have no idea how to retrieve it. I may just have to leave it. It's not even that it's that cold out, it's just when it's wet and you've got a wind chill of however many miles an hour, it's gonna feel 15 to 20 degrees colder than it really is. Another sighting in the beautiful middle of nowhere. In the middle of corn country, sighted out for every westbound train. Sometimes we get going, don't make a sound at all. I was gonna run out and try to get some corn, but there's no time. So this is the cranes that pick up containers. It's so wild to be so close to one. Yeah, whole abandoned train yard. Let's do something I usually can't do. Yeah, this yard's apparently been abandoned for like 3 years, and a lot of this stuff is not gonna last. So, gotta document while I can. I know Chicago isn't technically the Great Plains, but I have to stop here on my way through Minnesota and into South Dakota. So, it's the Midwest, but it's a stop on the way there. You can see these rows of little areas where the trucks would go through from back when this was an intermodal facility, and the trucks, I'm sure, would pick up the different containers. So this is what it looks like from the inside. Old boxcars out for scrap. Chicago hop out behind the billboard spot. If you know, you know. Nothing is going on. And planes come every 2 minutes here. I think we've been so spoiled because we've been, God, that's so loud. We've been catching trains every few hours at all these other spots. We met at an East Coast train rider meetup, and there's not a lot of East Coast train riders. There's maybe like 15 people showed up to that thing. So loud, and we have to deal with this all the time, literally every 2 minutes. You were the person who taught me how to ride bikes and trains simultaneously. I had so many questions like, do people not notice? And I don't remember if it was you or our other friend who was like, most people think it's just brake equipment, or people throw trash on trains all the time.
That's what I said to you. Like,
yeah.
Straight up, people don't. I feel like if it's an inanimate object, people are not gonna know. Like, and people literally do be throwing trash on trains. So
Well, the thing that surprised me is you kind of exclusively ride trains with a bike.
Yeah.
How did that start?
I also have like health problems that make walking much more painful and exhausting, so biking is very much my preferred mode of transport, so it makes train riding more accessible to me. Instead of spending like a few hours walking some miles, you can spend like, 20-30 minutes biking that same amount of miles. You can easily like be at a hop out and just be like, oh, I'm gonna go bike to the store because I need more water, more snacks. Like, everything is so much less of a schlep.
Yeah, and that's why I switched over too, because I did it 4 years ago when you even put the idea in my head, honestly. Every time that I haven't had my bike on me, I've wished that I did.
Yeah, it means you can't really catch on the fly, or like it's just way harder to, but you can get off on the fly with a bike, and I mean, it's probably safer not to get on the fly anyway.
Yeah, I usually don't get on the fly anyway, regardless. I think for the limitations that you have as far as that, and certain rides that you can't get, just because of space, I think there's so many advantages that outweigh it. Like, you can bike to the next town if you have to.
Right.
Or if you're sighted out like 10 miles from town, you can bike into there. Or you can make store runs more easily, or you can see the city where you are when you're actually there.
So many cities have shit public transit, and so if you have a bike, you don't fucking need the bus.
Because with transit, you're relying on someone else's schedule pretty much. And also transit in the US kind of sucks. So we definitely have better bike or road infrastructure than we do transit, I would say. And so that's the advantage to biking around. Also, things are easier to carry. Like, I will carry some things on or over my handlebars. So, my God. In that sense, it's easier. Yeah, this seems like kind of a shitty waiting spot, because we see so many train tags of people that are like, oh, I was waiting here for all day, 2 days. Oh God, there's another one. Five years ago, in the town of Roanoke, Virginia, a very bored train hopper named me invented a game called Clacks and Knots. Originally was you throw a rock at another rock, and if it hits the other rock, that's a clack, which is a point. And if it doesn't, that's not. It's 0 points. And I played this game against myself. And now we're creating a little more sophisticated version of it with hop out trash. And I'm thinking, if you hit one of the bottles and it makes a sound just by you hitting it, that's a point. But if you knock it down, I think that should count as 2 points.
Okay. 1 point for sound, 2 points for
knocking it down, which should be pretty easy. And the game ends when all the tall things are down. So that's clacks and knots. You have to clack it, otherwise it's not, and you get no points. Yeah, I've had to weigh down the beer bottles with rocks, because otherwise the wind is going to blow them away. Alright, watch this. Oh, watch nothing happen. Alright, your turn.
Talking a big game.
Oh! 2 points. Alright. Oh! 2 points for me. Nope. Nope. 2v2. Nothing. Nothing. Oh! That was a point. Okay, so that's 3 for you. Oh, that's a clack.
That is
That's
definitely
3v3. Ooh, I guess we'll count that. So that's 5 versus 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so bad.
Yo, you got this though.
Why are you encouraging me as your opponent?
I have a tendency to do that when I play games. I'm like, I'll start to feel bad that I'm winning.
Oh. Oh! so you have 7. Damn.
7v3.
And I have 3.
Oh.
Oh, well that was
That made a sound.
yeah, I guess that was a clack.
That's
Yeah,
a clack.
yeah. Even if it's down, I think
Yeah.
it should be a clack. Okay, so
So you
7-4.
got 4,
Yeah. Okay. Variations on the game. So we put some of these white claws up here. If you clack them, that's 2 points. If you knock them down, that's 3. Also, rocks are different sizes. So I've determined you cannot throw a rock that's longer than your pinky. So this would be legal. Alright, we're passing through the city of Milwaukee now, so we've got to hide in these little holes just to stay hidden. You can see the tracks are super flooded. Holy shit. Some Spirited Away shit. I don't even know how we're not splashing through the water right now. Yeah, there's been some crazy flooding in Milwaukee recently, apparently, and we're seeing it in this ditch. Yeah, that track looks fucked. Also, the ballast is washed away. This section doesn't look so bad, but they've definitely had some crazy flooding in some of those low-lying areas. I think it was like a once in a 1,000-year storm. That's probably why we didn't get going for a day or two at the hop out. Back by the yard, had to split with my road dog who had to go back to work, and I'm trying to get to South Dakota from here, but seems like the yard is mostly dead today, which I'm only worried about because there might be a thunderstorm coming in. I don't think this train is going where I need it to. This looks like it's coming in from Canada through to Illinois somewhere. So I've heard it's a very confusing yard, but I'm going to try my best to figure it out. And also very patrolled as well. So not going to be easy, but I'm determined. And hopefully being alone, I'll be a little more stealthy. So while people are out enjoying their Saturday night, I'm hopping a fucking train. This was kind of a tough catch as far as figuring out how to get it, but this is going down to Lincoln, Nebraska. So on the way, it's going to take me very close to South Dakota, which is the last state that I have to see. Oh, and I found this nice ride, man. This, we call these Cadillac drainers. I'll show you. Because they have these walls and a lot of space, very spacious. It's a good spot to hide with the bike. So we're somewhere in southwest Minnesota right now. You can see the planes have started. There's been lightning all night, and I've been afraid of like going into a tornado or something. And I keep getting rudely awakened by these just bursts of rain that end up filling the train car that I'm in. And so dirty face in the rain is when you're riding facing the wind. And so just all the water and all the wind gets to you. So I had to just change position. All my stuff you can see is in there, but I just had to move myself into the dry section over here and also move my bag into this little hole so that the wind would hopefully dry it off a little bit. So yeah, should be passing through South Dakota pretty soon. A whole lot of nothing, but hopefully the sun comes and dries us off soon enough. Yeah, Yeah, you can see the rain a little better here. It'll be like heavy rain, then nothing, then heavy rain again, then nothing. Just keep switching out. It's incredible how far you can see the lightning just on the plains. All 50 states. Fuck you, America. I like it here. So more dark clouds over there. Hoping we don't go into more rain. But I'm trying to hold this ride down all the way to Nebraska, because this train is some priority. And from Lincoln I can get to Chicago. And from Chicago you can get pretty much anywhere. So even though I've seen all the states, there's still a lot of parts to see. Some I've explored extensively, some I've just really touched. South Dakota right now is like the one I've spent the least time in. But so far, I'm liking what I see. I also have plenty of food and water, so it's not like I have to resupply. So when you have a good ride that you can hold down, you might as well take advantage of that. It's so interesting being able to see so far down the plains, sunny and blue and beautiful, and on the other it looks like it's gonna storm. And so many of these wind farms out in this part of the country. You might think after seeing background scenery like this for so long, aren't I bored? And the answer is not yet, honestly. You know, before I ever visited the Midwest, people always say it's boring, but it's also 1,000 miles of corn, and I think